Hi, Satnam. I'm going to tell you what need to do in this video, but this will be the last video where I walk you through the lesson. When you're away from the course, have to follow the instructions. If you have specific questions, you can ask them, but I can't keep creating long videos to explain things that I've already explained, particularly in class and through the videos below. So, you've got to work through these activities. So you need to watch this introduction video, okay? And then in a separate file, week one, give me a summary of that video, okay? Because I need you to do that. You need to, in this activity, generate 5 questions about Gen AI that you have about Gen AI and store it into your week one activities. You need to watch this video on how Gen AI works and provide me a summary of take notes and provide a summary of that. And you need to review the sample uses of Gen AI and provide a summary of ways that you would actually use Gen AI based on this list. And then you need to watch this video and uh, create a summary of prompt basics, a sheet. So that all has to be in week one. Then you have to complete all these activities: the pre-course survey. You're sharing your file, your folder with me, and then you follow these instructions. I'm giving you a video here and a video here and a video here. That will guide you through what you need to do. Okay. I'm going to go to lesson 2, which you've missed. And this week, you're going to have to create a folder called a Google Doc saying week 2 lesson so that I see what you have here. And you need to review the weekly knowledge check and submit your answers for that. The answers that you think are correct. There's 10 questions in there. You need to watch this video and this video and provide a summary of those videos. And then you need to find a benefit or challenge and then follow the instructions here. Create a prompt and investigate that benefit and challenge. Provide evidence and then have a debate with your chatbot about that. And then you have to save that chat into a document, and that will satisfy this part here. So you're having a debate with whatever chatbot tool you use, and follow these instructions. And then you have to watch this video and provide a summary of how to use Gen AI. You can also use the presentation of notes. And then you need to pick a benefit or challenge. You can pick any one if you want and create a half-page summary of that benefit or challenge. Okay, and then you have to follow. Here's the video instructions and how to load them, and then follow them in. Follow these instructions. You can do this activity or you can do this activity, and then we have to see what you're doing in your personal Gen AI project. So let me go into your folder. So when I'm in your folder, I don't see a self-evaluation here. So you have to use this guide here to give yourself a grade. You have to follow this guide very closely and provide at least 8 to 10 points about why you deserve the grade or you've earned the grade that you did. You spent 45 minutes on this activity. Probably wouldn't best to spend at least an hour on Notebook. I don't know why you would using Canva AI, because we don't need Canva AI. You explored Notebook LM's explanation of Canva AI features and tested Cambridge. Okay, again, you can't just do what you want to do. You have to follow the instructions that I gave in lesson 1, clearly gave. And it doesn't look Yeah. So this is a very cursory explanation of what you've done. I need detailed reflections on what happened here using this Gen AI prompt, and I give you instructions. Also, when you use this Gen AI prompt and you copy into, let's say, ChatGPT, and you use it, I need you to save that chat and label it week one Gen AI reflections. So I see what you're doing, because here I don't know what you've done and spent for 45 minutes. It doesn't look like you did the activity that I suggested. In your project here, you're doing an EC prompt bank for teachers, and you've given no reflection on this, and you have to give a reflection. You have to provide a detailed description of this, and you have to provide a detailed plan. Use ChatGPT to help you with this plan. Okay, so you're behind there. You missed class, so you put this, so you did not. You were absent class, so that's, you don't need for you to do the reflection. That's just, you get no credit for that. So that's done, and that's a concern. Um, this is a very good entry on your Gen AI resource. However, you have to link this to this, and that means you highlight this, you right click and you copy, and then you do this, you highlight this and you right click, you press insert link, you click here, and then right click and you paste. Okay, and now the link is associated with a proper word and not a messy link sitting there. But otherwise, it's a very good entry. And then you share your resources. I don't need this. This just, you don't need that. Week two, prompting. I don't see a detailed justification for your grade. Okay, so you need to do that. You have to give yourself a grade. You've got a debate. I've got it. So you just copied and pasted all this in here. That's not a Gen AI activity. It's nothing to do that. You put that in a document, and that was actually an in-class activity. Okay. The Gen AI activity is actually looking at it at information literacy, or looking at a new tool. So go to lesson 2 as I instructed and follow the instructions. They're very clearly laid out here. At the bottom, home activities. Gen AI activity 1, option 1, information literacy. Gives you this. Option 2, find a new tool. Okay? Not just do what you want. Um, okay. And now what you've done is done a debate up here, which is fantastic. However, you can't dump it in this document. You have to put it into a Google Doc and then put the link to there. So you've missed the Gen AI activity. That would be like, you haven't done it. That's incomplete. And you've got to clean up this. And then I don't know what this is. Tool use ChatGPT. Okay, you've got this debate thing there. Okay, you've done nothing on your personal Gen AI project. You're behind on that significantly. Um, and then you didn't do anything in terms, well, you can put you can put your link to your week 2 activities here to show me what you've done. Those week activity 2 activities are up here. That's one of them anyway, and I've given you an explanation of the other ones that you need to put there. Don't do this. Uh, Again, this guide, that's not a good enough description. I don't know what that is. You put guide on use of generative AI and the Treasury Board Secretariat. So that's your title. And then you put that link to that. So right now it's incomplete. If I had to give you a grade, you would be failing the course. You're not keeping up. And and particularly the well, I pointed out the areas that are problematic. You're not giving yourself a self-evaluation. You're not following the. You've done none of the Gen AI activities. You haven't done any of the project work, um, and your in-class contributions are minimal. So you're not meeting the goals of the course. I know this might sound a bit harsh, but I need to be very clear to you that and I have a record of me giving you this video so that you know that I'm giving you the instructions about how you can succeed.